Hi there, gang. We'd like to welcome you to the African American Museum located in Newtonville, New Jersey at the Dr. Martin Luther King Center. Today we have the opening exhibit of Jersey Girls. And one of the greatest Jersey girls who was born not far from here is Brielle Hunter, my great-granddaughter. She's a fantastic artist, and she's presented this piece to me 2 years ago as a present. And from then on, she started painting more and more and more. And this is my granddaughter, Brielle, my great-granddaughter, Brielle. Tell us about your artwork and how you became to be who you are.
I've been doing art in high school since my freshman year, but even before that, I've been doing art. And then this was just an assignment that I kind of felt inspired to do. And then the artwork that I have today is based off of Proverbs 31, just because I wanted to be able to study the Bible while also making pieces and doing something that I enjoy.
It's wonderful. What inspired you to pick up the brush the first time? One of your teachers or something you saw?
I don't remember what it was exactly. I know like maybe in like 3rd grade or 4th grade, I was drawing people and like their clothes and stuff because I thought I was going to be a fashion designer. That was not the case at all. But that was like when I first started drawing.
Wow. So what do you think about being in a museum with your exhibit? Is this remarkable, outstanding?
I never would have expected it to be
Well,
here.
if your papa had a museum, you'd be the first person to get in.
Yeah.
And you're the first one of my grandchildren or great-grandchildren to ever have an opportunity to showcase their work at the museum.
Mm-hmm.
We're delighted to have you here, and we'll go from here over to her exhibit. She created 5 pieces of artwork for the exhibit. The name of the exhibit is called Jersey Girls. And Brielle was able to put together 5 pieces to join some 21 other artists that are here showcasing their work for Jersey Girls at the African American Museum. Brielle, can you tell us a little bit about your work, what inspired you, and kind of explain each one of the pieces so we'll have an idea of exactly who you are and what brought this.
So this collection is based off of Proverbs 31. The title of the piece is called Beyond Beauty, the Heart of Proverbs 31. So this piece right here is kind of summarizing the entire book of Proverbs 31. The background is going to be all of the book of Proverbs 31, and then it's a piece of bread kind of displaying that Jesus is the bread of life. The second one that I have up here is an hourglass, and this one is just talking about the features of a Proverbs 31 woman. The verse is, charm is deceptive, beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is greatly praised. And so the top half is kind of displaying the worldly things, and then the bottom half is displaying the life that we have once we join with Christ. And then for our ship up here, this is Proverbs 31:16, and she's like a merchant ship sailing from afar. Then this one is Proverbs 31:10, and this is, who can find a woman who is more precious than jewels? And then the last one over here is going to be the field, and she considers a field and buys it. And then that one also has 3D pieces where it's embroidery.
Gabrielle, we're delighted to have you in this exhibit, and hopefully we'll have you in many more to come. But it really makes my heart feel good inside to know that you were able to put these pieces together and tell a religious story. Mm-hmm. It will be meaningful to so many people who purchase your artwork.
Good afternoon. My name is Julianne Calbazana, and I'm a stained glass artist. Started around 3 years ago when I retired from dentistry and found out that the same instruments that I used in dentistry use on stained glass. So I fell in love with it, and just kept pushing forward with it. I started out with sun catchers, and then I expanded on my pieces. I did an ancestry search around 9 years ago, and some of the information that I found out, that's what started me with some of my work. This piece over here with the Pullman porter. My great-grandfather was a Pullman porter. Walter Harmon. As a young guy, he saved all of his money and bought a hotel in Hagerstown, Maryland. And from there, he was at the turn of the century, one of the wealthiest Black men in Hagerstown. So this was an honor to my great-grandfather. This is one of my favorite ones. It just shows how the mother leads the family. And a mule was done from actually 40 acres in a mule. A promise to the African Americans once they were freed, but they were never truly given the 40 acres and a mule. So I just entitled this "And a Mule." So I'm so excited and so honored to be in Jersey Girls.
My name is Sally Willoughby, and these are my 3 mobiles here. They're made with junk jewelry and recycled kitchenware and whatever else I need. And they're about protection. It kind of started with making jewelry with the eye. In many cultures, the eye is considered a sign of protection against the evil eye. It's about all kinds of things, seeing into the soul. So I started making these personal jewelry. Then I started thinking it's the Mother Earth that needs protection. So I started doing mobiles. And most of the mobiles have the globe in the middle. You can see here's the globe in the heart and up there. And this one is called Black Lives Matter. It was made a few years ago. And this one is called Love Makes the World Go Round. And they all have eyes in the 4 directions. And this one is called Stamp Out Sexism. This is an old stamp holder. It used to sit on the secretary's desk, a double-decker stamp holder, and they'd, you'd first class only, or an address, your return address or whatever needed to get stamped onto different things. So that one's called Stamp Out Sexism. And that's kind of in a short thing about my art. I'm a member of a group called the Dumpster Divers, which is most Philadelphia based, but has a few South Jersey members. And everybody makes art out of recycled material. That's what I find very exciting, is seeing something in something else. And I love what other people see in something and then make art from it.
Hi, my name is Gina Gilbert, and I am an artist from Philadelphia. And for a few months, I was staying in near Atlantic City in Brigantine when I discovered the American African Museum. And so that's why I'm in the Jersey Girls show. These are my pieces. They were inspired by this book and many other books by Carol Beckwith, who went to Africa and photographed the Maasai people. And I loved her book so much that I decided to sculpt heads from the pictures in her books, from the photographs in her books. And that's what these are made out of raku clay. They're fired in a pit with sawdust and paper, and then they catch on fire and they turn all these great colors, and you cover them up, and it's very magical. That's why I like it. So there are 7 heads. The 4 in the front, they're on separate stands, and in the back there's a shelf with 3 on the shelf. And I made them quite a while ago, actually. So I'm very happy to have them here at the museum.
All right, hi, I'm Jasmine Haynes. This is my second Jersey Girls show. The first one was last year. I specialize in oil painting, still lifes. Graduated about 2 years now. So I'm starting to, kind of make my own way painting and working bigger. I went bigger this year because there were less pieces. Yeah, it's good to be a part of the show again and show my growth and new work, and thank you.
All right, I'm Candace Fields. This is my body of work as part of this year's Jersey Girls exhibition. My work is all about storytelling, like having a didactic quality that calls for us to remember some connection to our family that's come before us, or the things that we're holding on to, the traditions of quilting, of braiding hair. I have family connections to African Americans running tobacco farming, and the importance of things like vehicles when it comes to the Great Migration. Areas where without a vehicle, African Americans wouldn't have been able to make the moves that they made. Not that it was safe, but it probably wouldn't have been possible without the onslaught of every access to mobility. All of my work in this show are all prints. I'm a printmaker, fine art printmaker. Here we have lithographs, we have collograph prints. It's a variety, all functioning out of my little print shop in South Jersey, Crowstone Press, where I want to bring the familiarity to printmaking to the South Jersey area. I know it's hard to usually have access to the equipment that's needed, but I really want to have a return to printmaking being a medium that's remembered in this area. We're pretty much a big body of painters and only a few printmakers here, and I'd like to be a part of that return and build of the printmaking community.
My name is Chanel Renee. I'm a figurative artist and a mural painter. Here at the Jersey Girls exhibit, I have 3 pieces. They're portraits that really evoke emotion. I start a lot of these paintings with just an abstract background, layering on different colors and textures. I like to use spray paint as well as gold leaf. Then I render the figure, and I really give attention to the texture of the hair and the face. And I also like to make sure that I focus on the eyes. The female gaze is really important in terms of how a woman connects to others and how she is kind of taking control. And I feel that these pieces evoke that.
Hi, I'm Lynette Bond, and I am the artist who developed this piece with acrylic on canvas. And as you can see, it's many textures, and it's bold, exciting colors that I use and shapes. And I love working with acrylic, and this is also, both of these are acrylic. This piece was done with, it's called A Wonderful World, What a Wonderful World, and it's done with the colors that are of the soil and the earth, and there are a lot of textures in this one. This piece is called Good Trouble, a protest in the rain, and you can see where it's a lot of gray, and we have people protesting, but it's a peaceful protest. It's not a lot of mayhem. And that's what I enjoy doing. Thank you.
And my name is Paula Henson. I have 2 pieces. The first is African Queen. The inspiration came from our heritage, which was back in Danville, Virginia. This represents, the flowers represent positivity, and the background is blue, and it just shows how everything grows in abundance. That was my inspiration, our heritage in Danville, Virginia. The second piece is called, it's Twirl. I used to be a dancer for many years, and my daughter is also a dancer. This is a canvas with on acrylic on canvas. It just shows a lot of movement. I like to show the movement. I like to show vibrant colors. It's uplifting. The flowers are just, again, another extension of positivity, and you'll find that in a lot of my works, is there'll always be flowers to just give that accent. I enjoy art. It's very therapeutic. That's my story.
Hi, I'm Carla Cornick. I am a South Jersey resident, and I am a quilt artist and work in multiple mediums, including watercolors, oils, pastels, acrylics, mixed media, you name it. This quilt is called The Dance. I made her in 2020 during COVID because she was joyful. I love African fabrics. These fabrics were sourced from Africa. I used to make head wraps, satin line head wraps that were pre-sewn, and satin line hats for natural hair. And these were scraps left over from the head wraps. I did this during 2020 lockdown. I just needed something bright and happy that would keep me from being depressed in, the lockdown. And this quilt was born. And I have multiples like it. This was one of the very first art quilts that I ever made, actually. I didn't know that I could do silhouettes. I didn't know that I could cut inside the lines or outside the lines. I don't know. It was always kind of a thing as a kid. So Yeah, she's called The Dance, and she basically reminds me that we are all in our differences stronger together. The beauty of the colors and how bright she is, it just speaks to the fact that we are different, but in this country we are a mosaic, and our differences do make us stronger, and they bring out the beauty in each of us. So that's that piece. I mean, I have a bunch of other pieces out here. I'm excited to be here. I'm thankful, I'm honored, truly grateful to Dr. Hunter, to Dr. Sharon Hunter, to Clinton Green and Priscilla for exposing me to this world and helping some of my dreams to happen. So thank you so much.
Hi, my name's Liz Woolerman, and I'm happy to be a part of the Jersey Girls show. This is my first time being one of the artists. I was brought to this through a good friend of mine, Valeria Marcus, who knows Mr. Hunter very well, and Valeria and I went to Moore together. I am a freelance photographer by trade, although I retired not too long ago. And in retirement, I have been working on more of my art. And these pieces are a part of a series that I'm calling Conceptual Canvases. And they bring out different feelings that I was working through, which a lot of artists do when they're producing their art. They're drawn by an emotional feeling that they'd like to get out. And basically that's what I did with these pieces. This is layered photographs done in Photoshop using different filters, and all the work is my original photographs. I have a library of photographs that I draw from, and when I was producing this particular body of work, it was almost like doodling. I just was able to draw together various images so that I can pull together an emotional feeling. I just would like to say that I love having this opportunity to show my work. I grew up just 5 miles away from here on a farm in Hamilton, New Jersey, 5th generation farming family. A lot of my work, you can see the roots of farming and the land and organic influences. Again, I'm just really pleased to be a part of this show with so many other amazing women, and I thank Mr. Hunter for this opportunity. Thank you.